Hi everyone, welcome back to Cloud9 Intuitive. I'm here to just do a general reading. If the title of this reading resonated with you, there might be some messages in here for you, or even if you just felt compelled to click. Obviously, this is not going to resonate with everyone. This is just sort of the energy that I'm picking up on right now. I did get some messages before I clicked record, I was like singing the Rocky song. Like I was like, you're like can be like singing a song in the back of your head and you don't even realize you're singing it. Well, apparently I was singing like the Rocky theme song. So I don't know, like I feel like this is like keep your eye on the prize, but the prize is like right here. The prize is like right there for you to secure it. Like there's a prize for you to secure and it's right there, right? So remember that it's like being divinely presented to you or divinely put in your path, but also you sort of have to, like, something about fortune favoring the bold. So for example, if somebody's like, hey, yeah, I know so-and-so who is the like director of marketing at such and such an organization, you're like, dang, it would be really great to be able to talk to that person and maybe see if we can create some sort of synergy, right? And so, but like you never like take the initiative and like reach out, send the email or send the follow-up or something like that. Fortune favors the bold, right? So like make sure that you're utilizing all of your resources in order to secure the blessings that are presented to you. Make sure that you also recognize the prize. You have to be able to recognize the prize. So like it could be something like somebody says like, oh yeah, I can plug you with that person, and you just kind of like brush it off like it's not a big deal, but it's like that one plug. Or like you think some, like, I don't know, there's something about you perhaps not, it's like not seeing, you don't want to see it too late. There it is. You don't want to see something too late. And as soon as you recognize it, be bold. Like there's something about being bold in the securing of the thing, bringing it home, bringing home the victory. Although didn't Rocky lose? I don't know. I don't even think I've ever seen Rocky. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody that. Not since I was very little. But anyway, you also might want to get some tiger's eye. Again, like something about like good luck, good fortune, or something like that. Again, it's like the divine is all, you're always in the hand of the divine, or the hand of the divine is always on your life. But then there's also something about bringing in this energy of good fortune or something like that. So tiger's eye, the crystal might be really good for you to secure, put it in your pocket, carry it around for a little while. There's like an element of divine timing that's playing out here, and it's going to be kind of like obvious. Like I don't know if this is it. Like it's got you, like you'll see you're going to kind of see the glitches. The glitches will be made visible. It's kind of like the other night I was just standing out on my balcony and I literally saw a UFO. And it was wild, but I was like, oh yeah, there it is. It was just like, like a casual, like you might see like these divine demonstrations in these very mundane circumstances. And that's going to help to let you know if that's the cue, the signal or something that like you are in alignment with the prize and like it's time for you to secure it. You also could be having like, somebody could be like astral traveling or practicing lucid dreaming or something like that. Like there's something about like out of body experience, and they gave it to me like light body projection, and I'm still wrapping my head around what that means, because I understand light body activation, but like light body projection feels like something else to me. It's like your individual expression of your light code, something like that. You might be like having some sort of expansion in that way, and light code could express itself like in some sort of creative endeavor. It could express itself through like, yeah, well, that's a creative endeavor, right? Like if you like are in some way like bringing a child into the world or something, that could be a light code activation. There's something about your light body projection, but it's like it's very unique to you. It's your code. It's your signature. And you could be like sort of like communing with your higher self. Like you're actually like, there's like integration with the higher self, right? There's aligning with the higher self. There's integrating with the higher self. But in some way, you're like having having an energetic dialogue with your higher self in a very tangible way. I don't know. You might be an Aquarius, because that is a very Aquarian-ass message. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, there's some sort of like, you might find yourself like drifting into a meditative state. Like all of a sudden you'll be like, oh damn, I'm like getting messages or something like that. You won't even realize that you're supposed to be like, you know, you're supposed to be doing your data entry, or you're waiting on a delivery, and next thing you know, you realize like, oh, I just got to download something like that. All right, let's see. You could also be having like, while you're working out, like if you like work out really, like get really into the zone, if you get into the zone, AutoZone, if you get into the zone with something, or it could be like you're fixing your car, or doing your hobby or something like that. Whatever you get into the zone doing, it's kind of like you just like zone out, like your messages are coming in while you're active. You're having active, your dream space is really active too though. That's the thing. Like you're fully activated. Thank you. Your light body is fully activated and preparing you for projection. You might also be having a lot of like deja vu, if like you understand what that experience is like, or like past life resonances could be popping up for you, things that feel familiar. You might also, if you're not like spending a lot of time in museums or around art, you might just be really moved by beautiful things, like emotionally moved in like it'd be like an unusual way for you, like something that you would normally be like, wow, yeah, that's really cool, that's really pretty, like a view, and you'll just cry, you know what I mean? Or like you'll read something and it'll resonate, you'll just cry, something like you could be unusually moved by beautiful things. You need the clearing, you need the cleansing, so allow for it. I could be talking to somebody who's like, oh, I don't cry, or I don't, like I'm not a sucker. I cry so easily, yo. I'm a crier. If it, you could also be, yeah, this is something like there's a conversation that you are having with your higher self that is putting some sort of like, it's helping you put a period on a particular phase or a particular cycle, right? The never-ending story, something that you thought you would never be able to stop doing or stop thinking, or a cycle that you thought would just continue in perpetuity. There's a conversation that you have with your higher self that helps you to reframe and see and like get yourself back into alignment with that prize. Get the like make sure you refocus your, what do you call that? What is that? Telescope? Some sort of telescope thing. Yeah, like make sure like to point your telescope in the right direction, to point your vision in the right direction, back in the direction of the prize. Perhaps you were like a little bit like off cycle, off your rhythm, off your game. But whatever conversation that you have, I mean, this could be a conversation with your higher self, or it could be a conversation between you and your ancestors, you and God. It could be, like I'm saying, it feels like downloads. It could be a person that's talking to you and explaining things to you, but it feels like something that like it's like a realization, an epiphany, something like that you are coming. Whoa, hello. Yeah, all of a sudden it's like a flood of understanding, a flood of awareness. Blessed. See what I'm saying? And you're like you might find yourself like, you just might find yourself in these like really like meditative moments, or like these find yourself like deeply engaged in your peace. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or just deeply engaged in your process, deeply engaged in like whatever this is like a seed, like an embryo almost. And it's like witnessing and unfolding, and then embodying and unfolding too as well. What's this one? A change is in the wind. That's what I'm saying. The change is bringing big blessings in your way too. The change is there's a very blessed period that's coming. I'm telling you, aligning yourself with fortune, aligning yourself with the prize. But that also means taking your energy and attention away from things that are not for you. And being... Thank you. That's what the conversation with your higher self sort of strips a part of the ego that was trying to hold on to these things that were not for you, or like these ideas that were not for you, or something like that. There was a part of the ego, a distorted part of the ego, that was like wanting to hold on to those things. And you have that conversation. You have that moment to look at the shape, to experience the shape of your higher self, of your highest frequency. It's a very strange thing, because they're showing it to me like there's a person, there's you, and then there's this like light body. It's not your body, it is a shape, right? But it's a shape that's unique to you, and you're looking at it and it's emitting some sort of information to you that's breaking down that ego wall that is keeping you stuck in this never-ending story of finding yourself in experiences that are not for you, and allowing you to sort of get into alignment with this changed vision, this sort of new growth, the prize, the blessing, the prize. Okay, let's do some tarot quickly. Yeah, if you're like doing some sort of like lucid dreaming, or like your dreams have just been like off the wall, I'm curious, I'm interested in what you're up to. Yeah, you're moving into something that the Six of Swords is out here. What else? Whoa, the judge. Thank you. You had this is an epiphany. This is some like an epiphany, understanding, awareness. Like all of a sudden, it's like, whoa. I see where. Like, it's like you see where you've been suffering, or you see the ways in which you kept showing up for a battle that was not designed for you to win. It wasn't designed for anyone to win. It was just like a lose-lose battle, is what I'm getting here. You see the ways that you kept showing up for that, and like now you're allowing your guides who are blessing you with an opportunity to have this communion with your higher self, have this like moment of like witnessing. It's gonna happen in the dream space. But it feels like any time is the dream space for whenever this period is that you're watching, like that you're watching this, if this is resonating with you, it feels like you might feel like you're in like consistent daydreaming or something like that. I don't know. Wow, the Sun card here. Again, and that came right on top of blessed. The Sun card is the happiest card in the tarot deck. It's clarity, it's health. For some of you, this is like you like taking a new lease on your on your physical health, on your mental health. You need more balance, like a more balanced work play balance or something like that. There needs to be like more time for like that, the happiness, again, securing the blessing, like using your resources to secure the blessing instead of exhausting your resources and that never-ending story of the things that were not for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like tight, like you want to use the rope to tie the camel. Don't use the rope to go back into situations that are asking you to hang yourself up. You want to use the rope to tie the camel so that you can secure that blessing that the Most High has provided for you, right? But like, if you're using the rope for a whole bunch of other things, then your camel done wandered off, right? And God's like, well, like, look what you did with the blessing. You fumbled. You look at that, dropping the cards. You fumbled the blessing, right? And then you're like, but I got this thing back here and it's got me tied up. And like, but that's not what the rope was for. That's not what the rope was for. You see? You see? Oh, yeah. Listen, is that the Three of Swords? It absolutely is. This is separating from something. I think the, like, you know, there's somehow a lot of attachment to the person, the place, the thing, the idea that constitutes this never-ending story that's become really stressful, this cycle that needs to end, that wants to end, that is trying to end so that this change in the wind is here. This is why this is I feel like whoever this is for, it's like this, you mustn't you mustn't miss this boat. You mustn't miss this boat. You have to be on time. You've got to be on time here. There's a lot of like, there's a lot of like future joy that depends on you getting in this boat. And you like are like, again, like sitting here, like, what is this, the never-ending story, and then you have this Three of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Three of Swords. That's the Nine of Swords. This is stressed out. You're trying to, like, you know something is a headache. You know something is a headache. You know that something it like, it keeps you stuck. Keeps you in this like time loop. A time loop. Thank you. It's like a time. It feels a little Groundhog's Day. Like it's just like a time loop. Like this. Like the same thing keeps happening over and over and over again. And it's because you're not using the resources that are being provided to you in the right places, or something like that, or where they're intended to be used. Let's just say that, right? So that you can be successful, so that you can I think it's like you want to prove, like you want. It feels like you feel like you have something to prove in some direction. Like you want to leave your mark on the thing, or like it's either leave your mark on it, or like, I don't know. There's something here about the, like, in the ego wanting to be sort of recognized in this sort of never-ending, wanting to be recognized, or liking. Thank you. It could be like you somehow really like the kind of attention that you get in that space, or how that space makes you feel in some way. But ultimately it turns out to be a headache. Like you like some things, you like something about it, something about the way it makes you feel. maybe strokes your ego in some way, or maybe, I don't know. This is like, it's like the equivalent of like you have, I don't know, like thank you. You've always gone to the same bar and everybody knows you at this bar, and like you go there and it's like you're the party. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I can't believe you're here. Yeah, so excited to see you. And it happens every time you go. But when you go into the bar, you overdo it, you wind up like, and you gotta work tomorrow, and it turns out to be a headache, and you do it to yourself every time. Substitute whatever that thing is for you, whatever the bar is for you, substitute it in. It could be a place that you live where you're like, yeah, but like, everybody knows me here, it feels really good here. Or it could be like a job that you do and you're like, I'm really good at this job. Or it could be a relationship that you're in and like it's safe or whatever. Oh, I think I froze. Hopefully not. Okay, I think I'm back. But it could be like a relationship that you're in, and it's like but it's safe. It's safe, and you feel like, I don't know, somehow it's like a feather in your, I don't know who that's for. Feather in your cap. I don't like that energy. But anyway, so you stay there. So you stick around in there. You find yourself back in the cycle, even though you knew you were supposed to use the rope for the camel and not to tether yourself back into the situation. Now the camel's gone, but there's an opportunity here. It's an opportunity here for you to move forward, to move ahead, move around. They said it don't matter how you do it, but it's like not back into the story. And they said take your rope with you. Take your rope with you, because you're going to get, there's more ahead. You're going to be planting seeds in new directions. There are more camels that are about to be offered to you. You're going to get a new camel, right? You're going to get a new camel. You're going to get a new rope. You're going to get the blessing. You're going to get realigned to the vision. It's this conversation with your higher self. Light body projection. But like when you go back into the never-ending story and you tether yourself to that, it's like light body depletion. That's what it feels like. It feels like light body depletion, and you're ready to cut it out. Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Anything else? The Star card, beautiful. Didn't I say you could be an Aquarius? Listen, the Star card, aligning with your North Star, right? Aligning with your true North. Restoring, like, it feels like almost like this never-ending story situation. It's almost like maybe like you're looking at it like kind of like a hopeless situation, like no way out. You were given a camel. You were given a rope with which to tie the camel. You were given faith, right? Because you know that God is always on your side, that the divine is always working for you, right? But which you didn't, like, what was missing was like oh my God, I was going to say the courage, and the strength card is at the bottom of the deck. Oh my goodness. What was missing was like the courage, the boldness. The boldness needed to take that camel, get on that camel, and ride in a different direction, right? That was what was there. That was what was not there. Yeah, but you don't sleep on this boat, on this like new opportunity to try a new way, to do a new way, heal, like to come from a space of like true healing. Very soothing. There's a very soothing, healing energy, but you gotta get in the boat and move ahead, move around. Truly separate yourself. Allow for the you gotta allow for the winter to get to the spring. You gotta allow for that you just allow for it, because the sun, like, it's coming. It's coming. As soon as you let that ego break. And I think once you remove that ego wall that is attaching you to the things that are not for you, it's almost like you realize it's not as cold as you thought it was going to be, not as harsh as you thought it was going to be. Damn. I mean, not as sad as you thought it was going to be, and I think that's fair. Yeah, I think you 8 of Cups, walking away from things that don't serve you. I think that's fair. It's like not as sad as you thought it was going to be, because it's like it's divine timing unfolding. It's time for it. Like it won't. It will. I mean, it will still. I mean, if it's going to be sad, it's going to be sad, but it's not going to be. I feel like somebody thinks something is going to be like really hard or really devastating or really just like it's going to be like the worst thing that ever happened, and it's going to like, you know, it's going to break my heart into little pieces to do this thing, or to have to do this thing, or to make this change or something like that. It's like once you sort of let go of whatever part of your ego that is telling you that, you're going to realize that it's actually much easier to walk away from the thing you thought, because the energy up ahead feels so good. Death card here. Yeah. You wake up feeling so good in the rebirth that you're like, oh, well, yeah, with the Ace of Swords, yeah, you wake up feeling so good in the rebirth. When you come out of this, like, meditative period, like, when you come out of this period, like, of, like, getting these downloads and sort of, like, witnessing the light body projection, like, all of a sudden, it's like, the clarity, like, how could you ever go back? How could you ever go back to the things become so clearly not for you, right? It's like, it's so clearly not for you that you wouldn't dare risk your camel trying to tether yourself back to it. There's a realization. You're letting a thing end finally. Freeing yourself. Free your mind first. The rest will follow. Who said that? That was in Vogue. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Let's get a dang. Okay, yeah. Let's do a shaman's dream. I saw Scorpio, I saw Leo, I saw Aquarius out there. What do we have? The Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You mustn't miss the boat. You mustn't miss this boat. It's so important. Again, there's a lot of future joy that is dependent on you getting in this boat. And then using the resources provided for you to secure some, like, it's almost like it feels like immediate blessings. It feels like immediate blessings. An immediate change of circumstance, an immediate change of environment that, like, it feels more healthy, an immediate change in your health, almost. For some of you, yeah, it's an immediate change in your health. 12. Okay. It says, in the Dragon's Hoard, jewels and precious objects scatter the ground, while ancient scrolls inscribed with the wisdom teachings lie within reach. This is a rich opportunity, and you can fill your satchel with the treasures you like best. Take the gifts offered you and dedicate them to the well-being of all, beginning with your own. But beware, all that glitters is not gold. Select the precious treasures that will further your spiritual growth and avoid the shiny objects that are empty of real value. Know that the hoard does not belong to you. It belongs to our grandchildren. What is the inheritance that you wish to leave for tomorrow? What seeds are you planting that you will harvest in your old age when you are weary? What seeds will bear fruit after you are no longer here? The dragon guards the legacy of the future. All who come empty-handed or to fill only their own pockets with gold lie in a dusty heap of bones. You have been allowed entrance by virtue of your kindness or your spiritual practice or just sheer luck. Consider as well that your present in this moment is the future to the dragon. You may be the one that we have all been waiting for, so do not hesitate to take what bequest has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. This is the time to be bold. Didn't I say that in the beginning? Fortune favors the bold, right? Do not delay or overthink. Remember to bring an offering for the dragon, lest it believe that you are its lunch. A simple prayer will do. Okay. Well, that's the message. I really hope that it resonated with somebody out there. Drop me a comment in the comment section if it did, if you're so inclined. Also, if you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And hit the thumbs up. If you made it this far and you don't hit the thumbs up, I don't even know what to tell you. All right. Thank you so much. I hope you are all well. I'm sending you so much love, so much peace, so many blessings. Bye.